But Guntersville is one of the most beautiful kept secrets in probably the United States, I think. It's a huge man-made lake that is enormous, and it just goes on and on, the lake shore. And I've lived here all my life. I love it. I love the people. The people are all friendly. It's just a typical small southern town where people are very kind and everybody knows everybody. One of the great things about Guntersville and one of the biggest attractions is bass fishing. If you're a bass fisherman, you love Guntersville, Alabama. Guntersville is well known for being one of the top bass producing lakes in the country, and every weekend you'll find this dock full of bass tournament fishermen of all kinds. They even have people that bring the big boats that can come all the way from the Great Lakes, and they can harbor here in Guntersville and get out and shop downtown. But the industry of this lake brings with boating but basically bass fishing, that's where it's all at. We get bass fishermen and bass tournaments from all across the country, and Guntersville is very diverse. It has all kinds of industry here, but mainly bass fishing, probably poultry industry, and we had some companies, startup companies, that's done real well over the years as well. Well, Mike's really, I tell you, there was just ever no plan that was like, let's open this store that sells all type of surplus business. We just kind of fell into it, you know. It was really never thought to be probably more than just a little flea market operation and selling and buying at the flea markets. But had so many good people that helped me along the way and showed me things, and I learned things from going to the flea markets. I might run into somebody that says, hey, you need to go look at this guy, he's got this for sale. So we kind of evolved over the years. There was never no goal to establish a certain amount. You know, I never had visions of being a big company and having lots of employees, and still not that big really in the scheme of things, but I just really done it to make money for my family and to try to give them the best life they could have. Well, this is where Mike's Merchandise got its start. We run a machine shop out of this building. It's a very small building, and we had a machine shop for years and years. So we started buying stuff and bringing it in from auctions, and before long this place was full. We actually had a machine shop going, and we had customers coming in to buy merchandise as well. So it's a very unique situation. This building probably roughly about 1,500 square feet. But we would have the machine shop running with our machinists in there working, and we'd have women coming to buy lingerie that we'd actually bought at an auction, trying it on in the bathrooms in the machine shop. So this is where we started, and I spent many years down here at this place for sure. Well, this is the first place I actually had a storefront. The place we started was still a machine shop / store, and we would have customers coming in there. So Dad encouraged me to maybe rent this little building right here and open up a Mike's Merchandise. So actually this was the first place that there was a Mike's Merchandise store with a storefront. About 1,000 square foot building here. I sold Christmas trees in this little lot outside the door to make extra money, and I run it basically by myself with my sister helped me out some. But this is where it basically started as far as a storefront, and I used to never think that I would be moving across the street to this building across the street. So. Here is my third location I had. At some point, this building became available for sale. It was a car dealership, and I was down at the old location with my dad. We didn't have any money, and we knew we needed a new building to expand our business. So I said, I'm going to run up the auctioning off that property uptown. So I said, well, I'm going to go. just to see what it brings. I didn't have any financing available or anything, but I thought I might could get some. So anyway, I come to the building, the auction company's here, all these local businessmen that own these buildings around here were all here. They started trying to auction off the building and nobody bid. And I'm standing there thinking, well, you know, maybe this is gonna go really cheap. So nobody bids, and finally the guy says, is anybody interested in this property? And I said, I am. And he said, what do you give? And I said, $50,000. So he said, we're gonna start there. So he said 50, I got 50, and they tried to keep going, they kept going. Nobody else bid. He went for like 15 minutes trying to get somebody else to bid. So I ended up with this property, and I had to negotiate a little higher rate to the owner because that was just way too low for him, but I did pay him a little bit more. But I went to the bank, told my banker, hey, I think I bought a building, can you please buy it? Can you please help me with it? And home bank, Tom Ritchie, longtime banker of mine, love him, helped me more than anything in the world to get started in Mike's merchandise. Said, let's do it. So we ended up buying this. We stayed here 10 years. Worked really well for us. It's right in the middle of town. And as you can hear, and so we stayed here 10 years, and that's when we made the big leap out to our current location we're in now, out in the old cotton mill. I gave it to my neighbor, and she made it. That's where he got the name Jenny. Her name's Jenny, Miss Jenny Estes. Yeah, she lives beside me. So she made it into a garden cart. She put all of her garden tools in here, and then after she got to where she couldn't drive it anymore because it got a little dangerous where they're driving it, she brought it back down here. So we use it down here to travel all the way back to pick up one item. We have to go all the way back there to get.
Just touring this massive facility has been very interesting.
Yes, it's an interesting place and sometimes quite a headache to have to deal with. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all coming up.
Well, tell me a little bit about how the process works. I know when we got here there was a truck, and so how does that kind of work? Do you just buy a truck and maybe you know what's going to be on it, or?
Yeah, you know, basically when you've been in the surplus business for 30 years like I have, you have people find you find all kind of stuff to buy. Mm-hmm. So over the years I've created quite a buying selection from different vendors all across the United States. Mm-hmm. You know, we bought stuff from Canada, we bought stuff from out of the country sometimes. Customs auctions, we used to go to them and buy all kind of stuff at customs auctions. But there's a huge amount of merchandise in the surplus business. Yeah. Like I say, the only thing that limits you in this business is how much money you got and how much room you got to put the stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, you can buy all kind of stuff. Yeah. And over the years, I found out where some of the best places for that are.
Well, we won't ask you where those are because I know that's a trade secret.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about maybe one of the craziest things you found when you opened up a truck for the first time.
Oh, wow. You know, these trucks are just trucks that you see out on the highways delivering all across. Yeah, just 18-wheelers. In them trucks could be anything. I have contracts with some of them that I get some of the stuff that gets damaged or lost or scratched or whatever. So it's quite a array of stuff that when you open the doors, it's hand-packed from front to back, and we pay the same amount for each truck. So when we open them up, we could lose money or we could make money. So
it's kind of like Storage Wars a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like that in a way, except we're doing it long enough to know what's there, you know, basically what will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only a small part of it. We have suppliers that we get all kind of stuff. For instance, like you look at this stuff that's to our left right here. This is the, if you can see some of these rolls here, that very end of it might have gotten a little frayed or something. The rest of it is completely fine. And I buy it for, you know, pennies on the retail dollar, and we re-merchandise it and put it out in different forms. But this is a connection I have, and you know, we get it every now and then, and it's fatigue matting, flooring, rubber mats, and it does really well for us. this particular stuff is just some stuff we just got in that we're trying to go through, and most of it is perfectly brand new, just like factory fresh stuff, like these bags of turf builder that these guys are getting out right now.
Yeah.
This is a couch that was boxed up, and we took it out and it's not, perfectly good and ready to go, just like you ordered it from the factory. A lot of the stuff, and you'll see out on the floor, is stuff that I really didn't want, but I ended up with it some way or another, and it's here for sale. So what do? Do you throw it away, or if I get to need the floor space, maybe I'll scrap it or throw it away or something. But
So Mike, have you ever had somebody come and want to buy this business from you?
oh yeah, I've had people that were interested in buying everything or opening up another store somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's quite involved, and it gets me a little more responsibility than I kind of want to get sometimes. But I like the concept. I think it will work, and we're opening one up here shortly in Pelham, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because I mean, if you were to look at taking everything and having a price to sell, like if you were to sell this building with everything in it, you got it upstairs, downstairs, this whole retail. I mean, that would just take forever. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. There's no way. You just have to be somebody's instinct. Does this sound like a good deal, or because there would be no way to put a value on everything that's here. It'd take forever.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look around. I see a claw machine up here for sale. My kids would want me to come home with that, but there's not any toys in there to win. So,
well, this is in the back of my Guntersville store here, and this is for a lot of the stuff that we get in that we say, where do you want to put this? And just put it out back in the back of the store. So a lot of customers don't make it back this far sometimes, because by the time you walk from the front door to this door back here, you've nearly walked 2 football fields.
Wow.
So from the front door.
Yeah, you look at it, you don't realize it until you with that in mind, and you look back all the way.
Oh yeah,
it's
just over 500 feet. So 600 feet would be 2 football fields. So
Yeah.
anyway, you get this close. But hey, we got some good stuff back here. Like this is a hibachi grill, just like you would find if you went to eat at the Japanese restaurants.
Yeah.
It's got a dent right here, which is very, very minor.
Doesn't affect it working.
And we got that thing priced $300. That thing would cost, no telling what it would cost them when they put it in. It's brand new, never been used. Some of this stuff, I might not even know what it is. But
yeah.
It's just like I was at the flea market one guy. The guy asked me, he said, how much is this worth? And I said, well, I really don't know what it's worth, but it'll cost you $10. So that's kind of the pricing principle sometimes we have to go by. What is it worth, not really what does it cost. It's different. But I'm kind of a hoarder, so I don't throw a lot of stuff away.
Yeah.
They beg on me to throw stuff away, but who knows when somebody might come in and need something. Like these
bed slats there.
Here's a good example. These are heavy-duty aluminum frames, and I don't know what they went to or what they were for, but I couldn't scrap them. I just couldn't bring myself to scrap them. And we put these out. Somebody's already bought them, it says. So
this
somebody's
is a brand
holding them right there.
Steel-sealed carrier.
Yeah, this is a commercial air handler, and I don't think it's probably got a little scratch or dent or something somewhere, but we've got it priced. What have we got? $750.
You can't get.
I mean,
you can't
that's
get
a carrier. It would be really
system
expensive
for your house for that cheap.
A lot of this stuff I'm not too proud to show on camera, but a lot of people love this. That it's all piled up and junky, and every now and then people find them a prize. They see something that they didn't expect to find.
It's an adventure.
Just take, like, if somebody come in and they needed that gear right there, we got it $15. I guarantee you that if they could use that, they're going to pay $100 or more for that gear. So I hardly throw things away. I like to put it out, and that's one of the reasons we're so full of stuff right now.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had open a truck and feel like massive home run?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've got some really good deals over the years that was just very exciting, and everybody would get exciting. Probably the best deal I've ever made and I've ever bought was when Cannon Towels, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Cannon, that make towels and wash rags, and used to be in North Carolina. Well, they went bankrupt and they closed down, and we bought 72 53-foot tractor trailers of towels and sheets.
Oh, wow.
Washcloths, bath mats. Best deal we've ever had. And I when we got them, the towels that we got were like $25 at Parisians or some of the names stores. We sold them for $5 a piece. We had so many, I thought we'd never sell them all. But we sold them out in like 2 months.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Man.
So that was one of the sweetest deals I've ever bought.
That's cool.
But I have bought some clunkers too now.
Yeah.
I have some horror stories on buys too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Troy built lawnmowers.
169.
Yeah. See, and we found the cheapest place online. One store had them for $3.59. But this place right here, no, one store had them for $3.79. This place had them for $3.59. So we went right at half of their price we found online, and it's a brand new right out of the box. So same thing with that little traveling grill. This is our book operation. It's probably as few books as we've had in a long time.
Coloring books though, and stuff for kids on road trips.
Yeah, we got some new books coming in, and we'll get these tables filled up here before long. But books has always been a big part of our business, but we are really low on books right now, but that will definitely change. Rope.
Man,
I don't know who's going to need that around here, but we've actually sold some of it. People buy it for decorations. That should probably be more piled over here. This one would merchandise very well, but we'll go back through it. It should have been burnt and taped like that. We'll go back through it and straighten up. But we sell a lot of rope, sell a lot of it by the pound. This is some really heavy duty rope right there. More like rappelling rope.
Yeah.
We got some tree rope right here. This is high strength tree rope, and we're about half price of what they can find it. Find it around for. Hello, ladies. How are y'all doing? Good. He's doing a commercial. Well, maybe not a commercial, a video. Let's say that. We sell a lot of shirts as well. Comfort color. And this.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the tool. This is
this is
section I get lost in for a couple hours.
I kind of call this the flea market room.
Okay.
This is kind of what my flea market, when I was going to flea markets, this is kind of what my booths would look like. Maybe a little more organized and straightened up, but just odd and end stuff laying all over the place.
Yeah. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be.
Big old sockets and
oh wow,
stuff you don't know what it is, but maybe somebody will. Oh, you don't know what, you just know how much. Yeah, these are industrial quality bits too. They're made out of high-speed steel. So anyway,
a lot of people don't realize that these values are out there. I mean, I know y'all do a pretty good business here in Guntersville and in your stores, and I know personally in Auburn and Montgomery, but I think a lot more people just if they knew about this, a lot of people just for convenience will go run buy something real quick. They don't think about the price, but at some point that money's going to run out.
This store is kind of this is the flagship store. We've been here a long time. It's got a lot more stuff than some of the other stores does. You're not going to find as much junk. They keep it a whole lot neater probably than we do here at the other stores, but I don't really worry about that. I just like to pile it up and let customers
pick through it.
Find it, and it costs a lot of money to keep things organized. If I have to pay full-time employees to go around and straighten up every day, that's just an expense that I don't think is very necessary. Now you do have to keep it some aspect of order, but
at least for safety, no tripping hazards, things like that. But
anyway, this is
awesome.
This is what we do. But inside this building, it's really nice. It's got some really old panes. You can't see them very well in here, but those are painted blue glass, which is a very good resellable item if you took them out. If you've seen them shows where they have the salvage dogs, where they go around tear down all the plants and they salvage out. This place has a lot of that. It's got 2-inch maple flooring throughout the whole building.
Yeah, I noticed that as we
were
walking through.
It's got some huge wood beams down in the lower warehouse that are very, people
So
would
pretty.
really love to get their hands on. The only thing, they'd have to tear my building down to get them. So
they're going to have
maybe
to wait.
one day,
Yeah.
maybe one day that can happen.
So we're in the soccer room, just a small space of this 180,000 square foot facility. What's the meaning behind having a soccer room in your warehouse?
Well, to be honest, you take the whole 180,000 square foot that we've got here. This is my favorite 1,000 square foot of the whole place. You know, I've been coaching soccer now for about 15 years. I've coached up here for the local high school, and this is, instead of opening Mike's Merchandises, I guess this is what I've been doing for the last 12 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And one reason, I had 3 daughters, and we got into soccer, and we got serious with soccer, and so things just evolved. But yeah, this is our training facility that I use for the high school girls. And the thing about it is this great wall. This brick wall is actually 14 inches thick. They built them like that back in the days. These are 14-inch thick brick walls.
Man.
So what I use them for is just to take the ball and they kick it against the wall. Now that looks very, very innocent and very like it does, but this is really not easy to do for the younger kids. You know, this is how they learn their touches, where they kick against the wall and learn their touches. I could be probably going out buying deals, or I could be opening a store, or I could be doing this or straightening up some of the mess you just seen. But I kind of enjoy this pretty much and get a lot of fulfillment out of this.
Yeah. And he's being modest. You've had several state championships.
Well, we've been very fortunate to have some good players come through, but you know, we've had 3 state championships and 2 runner-ups in the last 10 years. So
that's awesome.
So I've been very fortunate for some good kids to come through, and they'll work hard, and this is just a part of what I think helps them get to where they can play at a higher level. Anyway, this is rates right up there, pretty close to Mike's Merchandises, soccer coaching.
Absolutely.
But most of it was based on my family. You know, I spent time with the girls growing up in soccer, and I loved that. Me and my wife, Denise, we would travel around to all their soccer games. And it was a great family experience, you know. Anytime you can spend, and I call that quality time with your kids. Anytime you can spend time with your kids, you know, you're always looking for something to do, and soccer filled a great need for that.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't all about the winning and being college scholarships, you know. I had my youngest daughter who was a 4A, 5A state player of the year. When she got done, she was wanting to go to college and be done with soccer, and that was great. You know, I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, but if they had wanted to play college soccer, they'd had the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just wait till the very end and say, I'm going to start training at soccer and then expect to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've enjoyed my time with my family, and my wife, Denise, you know, we hadn't talked much about what she contributed, but, you know, I married her in the 80s, and she was with me going to the flea markets, and mainly what she done was raise my kids, you know, and done a great job doing that. And anytime I need help down here, she'd come. Used to go to the flea market at Nashville, and I've been going so long that I was really burnt out on it, really, to tell you the truth, up there. And it was a hot day, and I said, I'm going to the bathroom, watch the spot. So I left the spot. I went up inside this arena they had there up in the top bleachers and laid down and went to sleep for half the day. And they didn't have cell phones then, so she was like, where have you been?
Yeah.
I've been out here burning up. But she put a lot of devotion into Mike's Merchandise as well. And my dad was, you know, he is the reason we have Mike's Merchandise. You know, without him and the way he led me down the road to finding out, you know, how to buy and sell, and encouraged me to go open a Mike's Merchandise, and showed me how to buy and put up the money to buy with, to start out with, and everything. You know, my dad was definitely a huge influence, and without him, they wouldn't be a Mike's Merchandise. So I really owe a lot to him for that. And now my son, who has been a football coach all of his life, from when he graduated down at the great and wonderful University of Alabama, has come back and got involved in the stores. And I couldn't get him to do that as a young man. It seemed like he had other things he'd rather do, which I don't blame him. I would have wanted to do other things myself. But now I think he's realized that, you know, this is really a family business and that he has an opportunity to do whatever he wants to do with it. If he wanted to get really involved, he can get as involved as he wants. And in the future, he might be the future of Mike's Merchandise. You just don't never know. But right now, I have a store in Muscle Shoals, Decatur, and Huntsville. And he's managing those stores and handling all the headaches and problems. He tries his best not to call me with anything. I guess short of somebody getting killed at one of the stores, he won't call me for nothing, so that's really good. So I don't have to get involved with that operation of those stores, and I mainly just handle Guntersville. My nephew Matt runs my online operation here. eBay does a fantastic job. I couldn't be more proud of what he's doing. And this online stuff, who knows where it would be. I know there's times I thought, hey, let's shut the store down. Let's do all eBay and online sales, and then we don't have anything to deal with hardly. But I'm not going to do that. But it is a thought. But Matt does really good. My sister Lisa has been my bookkeeper and what do you do with your money? I mean, do I want to go count the money every day, and do I want to go deposit the money every day? Do I want to keep up with if a cashier's stealing from me, or, you know, there's so much to deal with the money, and definitely I don't want to sit down and write checks out to pay bills all day. So I can't say how much my sister has been a blessing to me when you have somebody you can trust, which is huge in this business, is trust. And I can trust her. She does an outstanding job, and I let her go play golf anytime she wants to, so maybe she's happy. You know, what else? She's off to Las Vegas right now anyway. And then my mother, 82 years old, she's been pricing books down here since I can remember, as long as we've been here, and she loves it. And I love the fact that she loves it, and I love the fact that she gets up and she still wants to do that. She loves it with a passion. So my mother still pricing books, you know, is just huge. Of course, my wife I've already talked about how wonderful she's been and what her contribution is to us down here. But you know, I've got my oldest daughter is opening this store with a gentleman in Pelham. And who knows what that's going to do, but I'm so happy that she's gotten involved in the stores, Mamie, and I'm just so excited for her. Other daughter, Emma, is opened up her own little online sales store in the top of mine, and she's wants to open up a Mike's yard sale down here somewhere, so I'm probably going to do that, and I think that'll be a big hit as well. And my youngest daughter, she's going to Colorado State. As soon as she gets done, she's probably not going to have anything to do with Mike's Merchandise, which that's great. She's probably going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or hopefully, or whatever she chooses to be. So anyway, the future of Mike's Merchandise, that looks where it's heading for me. I guess I'll just sit back and come down here when I want to, and try to stay away from any problems I can avoid, and hopefully all my kids and family will take it to another level. We'll see. So if you've never been to a Mike's Merchandise store, you need to come find the closest one and go to it. You'll go in, you'll see a lot of stuff you won't see priced and for sale anywhere else. And even if you don't buy anything, I think you'll have a great trip and really enjoy what you see. So anyway, thanks for the plug. I don't know what else to say.